stir the soul, quite like watching a veteran remove his hat or place her hand over her heart and recite the pledge or sing our national anthem. So many people have sacrificed for this country. And yet a Fox News poll shows pride in America has dropped dramatically. Why? Just a decade ago, nearly 90% of Americans said they were extremely proud. Today, it's below 70%, which is near a record low. So what happened?
What happened? My man, what hasn't happened? I think that's the shorter question to be asked. So it's no secret there is a massive divide amongst Americans. There are mostly two camps. Far-right conservatives who have a lot of pride and patriotism in America. And then there are liberals and leftists who don't think America is so great right now. And while I wish the question he just asked was an honest, curious, legitimate question, it's really just kind of set up to blame people who are unsatisfied with the American lifestyle right now. There's no, okay, a lot of Americans seem to be unhappy being Americans right now. Let's figure out why that is. And there's a lot of, leftists telling everybody to be less patriotic. And how dare they, because we're still the greatest nation.
American exceptionalism, just 28% believe America stands above all the other countries in the world. 70% do not see it that way.
Let's roll it back. Can we take a look at that chart again, just real quick? I just want to see something real quick. Yeah, 28% U.S. is better than all the other countries. And then what did he say? 70% disagree. Let's take a look at that one in the middle there. 58%. That's a decent chunk. Think the U.S. is one of the greatest countries along with some others. So they think that, we're maybe not the absolute number one best, but we're definitely one of the best. But apparently that wasn't good enough for the O'Reilly factor. So in reality, that's, 86% of the Americans that they polled think that the US is either the greatest or one of the greatest countries in the world. Yet the way he worded it was that 70% of people don't like America. Now that's some divisive reporting. Oh, Miranda, that's not divisive. You're being dramatic, you say. Okay, all right. This was moments later on the same show.
But these are Democrats and liberals who take their cues from the president. Remember, when the president was running in 2008, his wife, Michelle, said during the campaign, "This is the first time in my life," meaning with the reception Obama has gotten and his rise, "that I have been proud of my country." Can you imagine another first lady or president saying that? I can't.
No, right. It was Obama's fault back then. Thanks, Obama. Well, Obama's not in office anymore. Hasn't been for a while. So whose fault is it now that people are still incredibly or increasingly dissatisfied with the country that they live in?
Many people on the left think that American exceptionalism is fading. You had Pete Buttigieg even saying in May that America wasn't as great as advertised, or even the New York Times came out with a video this week saying that when it comes to America, it's just okay, and that even the notion that America is the greatest nation on earth is outdated at best, and at worst completely inaccurate. So there seems to be this growing trend that if you have some type of country pride, you must be xenophobic or a racist.
It's the wokes. That's who's to blame now. Or how about, just hear me out here, how about instead of finding left people to blame, we ask people why they're so unsatisfied and take their unsatisfaction seriously? Because I guarantee you there is no shortage of reasons why people are very unhappy in America right now. I guarantee you it's not just the vibes. It's not just, well, the leftists told me that America's not great, so I fell for it. How about the economy and the fact that no one can afford anything right now? I pay more in taxes than Jeff Bezos does, and everyone keeps telling me that you just gotta bootstrap it. You just gotta work harder. Bootstrapping doesn't exist. It's not real. People on average don't even make enough monthly to afford the average rent in this country right now, much less food or transportation or literally anything else. Can't even afford a roof. Record high homeless individuals because of this and because of medical debt, which is a whole nother reason people are upset, because it is unbelievably expensive to be sick in this country. And then we criminalize being homeless, so that if you're homeless, you're not allowed on private property. You're no longer allowed on public property in most states in America anymore. And you get thrown into prison, where you get to provide free labor to people, because we have a for-profit prison system that allows you to work for free. Slave labor. We're taking away women's rights, literally forcing children, 9-year-olds, to carry pregnancies to term after they've been raped. That makes you happy to live here, doesn't it? Let's see, there are preachers in Texas who want to line up gay people and murder them one at a time in an assembly line. They want to criminalize pornography, and then they want to criminalize homosexuality and transsexuality as pornography, so that we all go to jail now too, just for existing. We're banning books and burning books in schools because we can't, God forbid, we teach children about the realities of how this country was founded. But no, it's the woke left just spreading propaganda that America is not the best, and if you have country pride, you're xenophobic. They say, as we literally fund other countries to have socialized healthcare, but allow our own citizens to die in the streets because they can't access medical care. Is that enough examples, or do I need to give more? How many examples do you need before you go, oh, okay, yeah, I can kind of see why people would be dissatisfied? We all grew up being told that America was the #1 country. I grew up in a very small conservative farm town in Ohio, and I grew up believing that all other countries were literally like third world country state. So to grow up and have access to the internet and have access to information from other countries, and to actually have gone and lived in one of those countries for a while, to come back and realize, oh, that was a lie. And actually the quality of life over there was better. That's just woke left propaganda, because that was just my reality. That was what I experienced. And that's what a lot of people in my generation and younger are experiencing. So maybe when we take polls like that in the future, instead of just finding someone to blame for the results of the poll, we can ask why the poll is the way it is. Maybe get some good information to move forward with. Thank you so much for watching. If you want to check out some of my content that isn't news related, you can check out my personal YouTube channel at Bad Gamer Wyatt. And until then, I'll see you in the next video. Thank you.